was a little too quick on the guns there with the Maxis Madness theme. I'm just so excited. So excited for it.
I was like, what's happening? Is this us? Hello and welcome to Under the Plumbob.
Yes, hello. Not Maxis Madness.
It's early for me. Ava's got no excuse.
Hey, Ava's been up for a very long time. Ava has cooked lunch for her parents, and I made chocolate mousse, and I cleaned my car outside and inside. So Ava's been busy.
Caitlin's been up for half an hour.
And Ava is still coming down from a flu that felt like death itself was knocking on my door. If anyone's been sick, like, since after COVID, have you noticed that it just hits harder?
I haven't been sick since I got COVID. I don't get sick a ton. So part of me, when I did get COVID, part of me was like, well, at least this is what was taking me down, and it wasn't. I felt justified that I was like,
I have a chronic sinus infection problem. I get 4 or 5 of them per year normally. During COVID, like those 2 years of COVID, not a single one. I didn't get sick for 2 years.
That's what happened.
This is amazing. No physical contact. Everybody's wearing masks. This is great. And now everybody stopped doing that. And now I've gotten in the past, I think since September or something, I've gotten 3 sinus infections, bronchitis, a chest infection, and now the flu. And I felt like I was dying every single time.
I haven't, I tend not to get too sick too often. If I do get sick, for the most part, I just need to sleep for a while. But then with the combination of that and my cat passed away in the fall. So
sweet baby's hard.
People have asked, are you going to get another cat? And I'm like, I've been breathing normally for the first time in 16 years. And I'm still kind of snotty when I wake up, but otherwise it's there's nothing. There's no mucus, and it's interesting.
My 2 cats and a dog, and I have to take a daily antihistamine to be able to breathe normally.
I'm more sensitive to other people's animals now, though, which I was like, maybe I am just allergic to dogs. I don't know, but yeah. But we're not here to talk about us and our mucus levels and our sicknesses. We're here to talk about The Sims, and The Sims in particular. We found a challenge that we wanted to play.
Yes.
I found it via a TikTok of the creator making it. You knew about it before.
Yeah, I think I found it once through the Simmerinos Facebook group, and I've attempted it before, but it did not go well. And I was like, I'm going to do this again, and I'm going in with a game plan, and I actually managed to complete it this time, which is really nice. It's the first challenge ever I've successfully completed.
I'm proud of you.
I'm usually not good with challenges, but this one I nailed.
Me and Jess have been working on our individual speedy legacies for half a year now. But this one you finished. I made headway. Yeah, you finished quick.
Yeah, I finished it a week, but I did put a lot of hours into it because I think it was during a week off, and I did play daily.
You did the thing where I'm gonna just do Sims, and that'll be my life.
I was I had a hyperfixation moment, and I was like, "Yep, this is it. This is the moment. We're gonna do the challenge." And literally every free moment I had, I was doing this challenge. It does it takes a long time because it's a very large. Well, let's start with the premise of the challenge.
What the hell are we talking about today?
Yeah, we are talking about the Inherited Manor challenge. It's a challenge by Sam and Bean. And there's a link to the entire rules of the challenge on Tumblr. We're going to put that in the notes.
And it's
basically
the SAHM_and_Bean, Sam and Bean. She's got a TikTok too, and a YouTube and an Instagram.
It's great because the premise kind of comes from those mobile games of you inherit your grandmother's mansion, and you have to do it up bit by bit, room by room.
She in particular, she notes Lily's Garden and Homescapes,
which I play, which is a fun game to kill some time when you're on the train heading to work.
I can read the the little paragraph. You ready?
Go for it.
Oh no! After an unforeseen life event has left you homeless, alone, and penniless, you are forced to seek the help of your eccentric grandmother. Delighted with your text, she offers you the family manor under one condition. You must save it. Somehow, news of this arrangement reaches your cousin, who, in a fit of rage, trashes the place and nearly burns your grandmother alive. Your grandma hides $500 and the keys in the mailbox as she makes her escape to the Bahamas, and your cousin is nowhere to be found. Now it's just you against the manor and the world. Start with 1 young adult sim and 500 simoleons.
Okay, but like, just see how they mentioned that the cousin is nowhere to be found. I would like to point out that there are several urns and gravestones found on the property.
One of them is Judith Ward.
Be your cousin. Yeah, one of Judith Ward is there.
Her ghost showed up, and I was like, "Oh, hi, Judith."
I think I had Tina Tinker as well. Okay, but I was like, "Why?"
Too. She was. Judith went into like the ballroom performance area and just started crying, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, basically you start with 1 young adult sim and 500 simoleons, and you can work through the rooms in any order. So basically you have to do the manor up completely. And if you download the one that she has, it's like there's scorch marks on the ground from the fire, there's like dirt and trash, and all the furnitures are broken, and
we highly recommend downloading the one from like downloading the file, because I tried downloading the one on the gallery.
On the gallery, it doesn't have the burn marks and the broken furniture.
And I was like, this doesn't seem...
No, so
like,
she does have a link. She has a link to her save file, basically, and then you just put it in your save files.
I had to learn how to do that.
It's in, the world that comes with Get Together. I forgot.
Windenburg.
It's in Windenburg. No, it's in Windenburg.
You're right.
And it's on that island.
It kicks out the Vandal, for that one family that has the eccentric grandpa and like the mean kid and the two teenagers.
Is it the Villarreals? It's not the Villarreals.
I think it's,
it might be. I can't remember.
It's because it's the one girl with the hair and then her brother
with the good hair. Yeah.
Yes.
So it replaces that, but highly recommend you get that save file if you want the full experience.
That was a 64 by 64 lot. I think it just picked the quickest 64 by 64 lot.
It's possible, but I mean, it's a nice location as well because you're on that island and there's like.
I used it for I went into the showcase and I was like, "Do you guys want to go to Windenburg today?" Because I just, for no good reason, realized that there's a 64 by 64 lot. I could have been using this entire time. I just wasn't.
It's there.
I forgot that it was a 64 by 64.
But basically, you have this completely trashed mansion, and you finish the challenge when you've completely renovated everything. You can work through the rooms in any order, but you have to complete each one before moving on to the next. So you can't say like, "Oh, I'll start on the kitchen and then do a little bit of the living room and then no. It's not. You pick a room, you finish it, and then you move on to the next.
Well, you can't get a reward if you don't finish, because what this lot also comes with is
it comes with all of the challenges.
All of the lot challenges are activated. So all of them. Say you do like you clean the floor for the kitchen, and you or your sim is picking up the trash and they just keep going picking up the trash. Just because you picked up all the trash in the house doesn't mean you can get one.
No.
You can only get rid of when you finish a room, you can get rid of a lot challenge. So like you can do anything at your heart's content, but if you never finish that one room, those lot challenges are still there. Your house is still going to have earthquakes. Yep. You're still going to, because
you can't move on until you finish that room. So
because I would hit the thing where like
confined to that room.
I would clean it and then be like, I can't afford to fix anything. So I would just kept having her continue to clean stuff because I was like, I can't afford to clean, which is
technically a waste of time as well, because you could be like, you should be using that time that you have then to make money to be able to finish that room to like make money and replace the furniture. We'll get there. We'll get there. So there's also like a room, like a capital R room is considered complete when all the mess is cleaned, the appliances are repaired, the furniture is restored or replaced. And once you restore an item, you can replace it with a new version of the same item, but the whole room has to be finished before you add any new items. So there is furniture in the rooms, and once you've replaced like the existing furniture, you can then swap that out with something. So if you've like repaired the bed and you're like, I don't like this bed, you can swap it out with another bed, but you can't add anything to the room until the entire room is done up. So you can't say, like, I will make, if you want to say, like, I'll start in this living room, but I need somewhere to sleep, I'll add a bed. You can't add that bed until that living room is completely finished. So pick your starting room carefully. I will give you some recommendations later. So basically what counts as a room is any space separated by a door, with the following exceptions. The servants' quarters count as one room. The halls and the stairwells do not count as individual rooms, but they have to be complete in order for the floor to be finished. The bathrooms and the closets are counted as part of whatever room they're attached to. So if you have a bedroom with an ensuite, to consider that room finished, you have to finish both the sleeping portion and the bathroom.
Yeah, and the hallway and the bathroom.
Yeah. The butler's pantry also counts as part of the kitchen, and these exceptions are to make the game more evenly challenging across all floors and spaces, apparently.
Because otherwise, you'd be like, I did all the bathrooms, and I have no more.
I finished this tiny little bathroom that took me like 5 minutes, so I can get rid of a lot trait. That's not how it works. But yeah, the yard is also there. So every time you finish a room, you can remove one lot challenge. So this comes with all the lot challenges active. So you're off the grid. You have wild foxes. You have simple living. So if you want to eat, it has to be in your fridge, which is not connected to the electricity. So you have to like store your own ice and stuff.
All the fruit salads. So many fruit salads.
So many fruit salads.
My sim got the health nut. What is that called? That the things that they get, like close knit or workaholic.
Oh, the lifestyle.
She got the health net lifestyle because of all the
fruit salad. Fruit salad. But those are all active, but once you finish a room, like an actual entire room, you can remove one. I recommend going for off the grid first, because that is kind of like the biggest hurdle.
Oh, you're supposed to do random.
That is randomly chosen, though.
No,
you don't have to go in order.
Oh, I thought it meant like roll a die, and that's the one. That's what I was doing.
Oh, that's what you did. Oh no, I just picked one at random.
I thought it would have said random. I thought like I picked a number 1 through 8.
I interpreted as in there are no rules that you have to pick them.
I thought the rule was random.
I could have misinterpreted it, but that's how I interpreted it. And once you complete a floor, you can pick a trait, like a positive trait. I think I
rolled lucky for my first one, but otherwise, because some of the lot challenges I hate more than others. I realize some are just like, well, that happened. Some of the lot challenges are kind of helpful a little bit if you need to make money. To be honest,
like if everything breaks, you can get your handiness up really quickly.
Or if you're near a volcano and those rocks come down and there's a fancy rock in there.
Man, I did have to turn off the because if you're on a quake zone, your screen will start to shake randomly. I had to turn that off because it was making me nauseous. I can't stand that.
Half the time trying to find where the rocks landed was a problem, though, because I was like, where the F did this go?
Oh! If we're talking about trying to find stuff, I ordered, because I did some of the Henford on Bagley challenges, like the errands and one of the prizes that I got was a coupon for free grocery delivery. So I was like, yeah, all right, I'll do that. So I got them to deliver my groceries, and because this lot is huge, it's a 64 by 64. It's really big. And they were like, oh, well, nobody answered the door, so we left your delivery on the lot. To this day, I still have not found where they left it. And I finished it. I went through the entire lot, and I did not find it. Don't know where my groceries are. But yeah, so once you complete a floor, you can remodel it, and you can sell the original items and not have to replace them with any of the same type. So you have to finish the floor for that.
Yes, I have.
So then, if you were like, I finished the entire floor and I want to sell half the stuff here so that I can then have the funds to go up the floor and replace the stuff there, you can do that. But you have to finish the entire floor before you can do that.
Lottery tickets, gambling, borrowing from other sims, and other in-game shenanigans are, of course, allowed.
Yep.
You can marry, adopt pets, have kids, start clubs, etc. Starting a club
to come and clean up. Like, I think it started with like eco lifestyle, where people would like ring your doorbell and go like, "Hey, I see you have a lot of trash around. Do you want some help picking it up?" And I was like, "Oh, you sweet summer child! If that's what you want to do, have fun."
That's one of my tips, actually, because I was like, when the welcome wagon comes and they're mad about your house, don't stop. Invite them in and don't stop them. Yeah. Let them keep doing. Because do you
want some help cleaning your house? Do you want some help fixing your appliances? Yes, be my guest. I'm sick of being electrocuted by my kitchen sink.
So with mine, I started with I got my sim a job before moving to the house, because the house being off the grid means I couldn't look for a job because the phone doesn't fully function. Nope. So before I moved them in and took away all their money, I was like, "You will get a job right now." So the sim I made, I kind of made her like music industry focused and like a kind of a hippie-esque type, because I was like, who the hell would want to be, who would accept this and be like this? And I was like, someone who wants to be a musician, yada, yada, yada. So I got her in the music career so she could go out to the bar
and busk,
and like get up skill sets and stuff and get tips and go to the gym for the bathroom.
Yeah.
And some exceptions, I would say, for like it might be a waste of time to start to do other things to not finish a room. I would make sure your sim has a bed. Because I didn't go, because I was trying to focus on one room, and the room wasn't a bed that I started with. So I was like, I didn't have a bed, and that ruined. I should have had her just fix one of the beds up, so she has a place to sleep.
That actually flows into my main tip for this game: is start with the servants' quarters.
It's
because
huge,
you have everything. It is huge, but you have everything that you need in like one particular, like on one floor. You have a kitchen, you have a bathroom, you have a bedroom, you have everything there that you need, and like once you finish it, then you can move on, but at least you don't have to go from room to room to get what you need. You have like a very
Isn't the servants' quarters technically 2 floors?
It might be,
because there's a bit on the second floor, but like there's a chunk, there's also a bit on the third floor.
Yeah, but at least that's also
still contained.
A good chunk that you have finished. Yeah. And it's a good base to set up to have everything that you need, without having to like, I have to go down here for the kitchen, I have to go up there for a bathroom. Just it's all there, basically.
I would also say clean up. Well, the outside doesn't count as. You have to finish the outside to finish the first floor, kind of.
Basically, the garden and the greenhouse are 2 rooms. So yes. The greenhouse is not part of the garden. They're 2 separate ones. And they both have to be cleaned before it's complete, but they don't count as a floor.
No.
So you have to clean up the garden before you can add like livestock or solar panels. But once it's finished, you can't add a lot trait.
Because and I will say the greenhouse would also be super important to clean up first, just because as soon as you can get your own food and you don't have to. My sim was eating a lot of chips at the bar before I cleaned up the greenhouse.
The greenhouse is filled, but the plants are dead.
Some of them, not all of them, are dead.
Not all of them. I think there's like spinach and some herbs that were there for me, but like the most of the plants are dead and you have to remove them. There is, however, one plant hidden in the garden, on the lot in the garden, that is still alive and can potentially be a very good source of income. We're not going to tell you where it is.
Nope.
We're not going to tell you what it is. Nope. But trust me, keep an eye out for this baby and savor it, treasure it, protect it like it is a tiny, precious living being. And
it's the only plant when I was planting multiples of them, because I had a whole bunch of stuff for keeping my sim fed, but it's the only plant I fertilized were these plants.
Yep. Because once you get a good large quantity of good quality of these, you can make bank. And
money will no longer be the problem.
You probably already know what we're talking about by this, but trust me, it is there. Look out for it. Get it.
And I will say, sir, anybody in our Discord with our Patreon, if you request in the spoilers chat in our Discord, we'll tell you which one it is. So for $1, we'll tell you which one it is.
For $1, we'll tell you.
But it's just this it's something you should find on your own, because I didn't find it for a long time, and Ava found it pretty quick. And this is the difference in how fast she's done and I'm not done. So that's
I finished it like the first time I played it. It did not go well, and then I was very determined to try this again, and I went in with a game plan. Like I pre-planned what I was going to do. Like, this is what I'm going to do for job. I'm going to make my sim a spellcaster. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I nailed it.
I did get for this, I got random call saying under certain, that random call you get where under certain conditions a family member left an inheritance. Yeah. And if you respond with under what conditions, you get the money. So I got
2K, 2.5K you get.
So I got that money, which was nice. And I was like, oh my God. So this sim lasted, I was playing her and I was having, she struggled busting along. I had her, she was sorting out recycling after work in a thunderstorm, and then she got struck by lightning. And then I was like, well, just put the trash away real quick. And then she got struck by lightning again, and then she died.
Oh, God. That's so sad.
So at my house, there's also an additional, I think I had to message you and be like, what are the rules for the next? Do I just find another cousin? Do I find another cousin? What do I do?
I was like, just keep it going. It's fine.
So this one, because I had such a free spirit in the first one, I went with a kind of type A next, which also I think is a hindrance to me. Because you said you were going magic, you went magic, which is...
I went spellcaster, which is also a tip I can give you. I'll do that because I went spellcaster, and I discovered that, if your furniture is damaged through fire, you have to pay money to replace it, to get it. Like, you click on it, replace, and it costs an amount of money. If you are a spellcaster, you can use the Repario spell to fix it without money. And of course, this will give you magical charge, so you have to be careful with, spacing your spell casting so you don't go into overload and get curses or whatever. But if you then focus on leveling up your spellcaster, which will go quickly if you use Scribberoo and Repario all the time, if you then focus on leveling them up and choosing the traits that will lower your buildup of magical discharge or your magical charge, you can actually get a lot of repairing done without having to spend a single simoleon. So that's a tip.
And just that whole practical sublet of spells probably comes in handy.
So handy. Man, I scrubberooed the shit out of that house. Not even sorry. Just boop, 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 boop. Everything's clean. Because look, there's one thing that annoyed me, and I'm still mad about this. If they mop up puddles, they will start mopping up a puddle in the bathroom on the second floor. And then all of a sudden they'll decide to go to the ground floor, to the kitchen, to mop up a puddle there without having finished mopping up the puddles in the bathroom where they started. And that's you have to actively stop them from the action of mopping up that particular puddle and then click on another puddle in the room to make them continue.
I said, do you want to waste your time wandering around because she kept trying to, in the very tippy top, there's a room full of trash, and my sim would be picking up trash. And she kept trying to go up there, and I just was stop doing this until, I was just what? It's a Saturday. You don't have to go into work. Once you finish one room, I think the first thing you should buy to add to that room, once you finish and you are allowed to do this, get a little trash can, and then take that little trash can and move it to whatever room your sim is cleaning in. So that way... No? Well, I did.
I just bought it and furniture until after you finish the room.
I added it, and then I just moved it to whatever floor she was on, so she wouldn't go to the trash bin every single time.
That is fucking annoying. Again, Scrubberoo.
That's a rule I broke because I was like, I bought it and it's now in the house, so I'm not counting this because I bought it in a finished room, and now it's like you carried a trash can
also,
up to a different floor.
Be careful with your trash cans, because one of the lot challenges that is active is like the recycling thing. So it doesn't automatically empty your big trash can. You have to actively like go to the skip to empty your trash can. If you don't do that, my sweet babies, my ducklings, if you don't do that, you will get cockroaches and you will get flies. And getting rid of those too is an absolute fucking nightmare. I timed this. Like, I saved my game before I started so I could go back to that point if I had to, like, because I had to cheat to try this out. But I tried this out and I actively had my sim stomp on those cockroaches to get rid of them. And I kid you not, 2 full sim days. I had to cheat her energy and her hunger because I was determined to prove that this was some bullshit. And I did 2 full sim days of stomping on those fucking cockroaches before you got rid of them. So please, please, please empty your goddamn bins.
I didn't have that I made her, because I get you suggested trying the civic design career, because if you go on the green design, you eventually get. She's not to this point yet. She's had.
I think civil planner gets you a blueprint to make something that can like help you clean.
I'm gonna try. She needs to get her her logic up, but I haven't had that problem yet because I made her civic engineer and I just had her work from home like a ton unless I needed her needs boosted, or like I didn't want to feed her. So like I had her work from home, so she every day went through the recycling and used compost.
I didn't do that, and I got the damn cockroaches
every single day. And plus, like, and that way also I had stuff to recycle to then get the eco lifestyle recycling bits, because I put on the save file, the lot right behind it, that empty lot, I put a little thing that had a recycler and the fabricator thing. I put a lot right behind there somewhere to put that. So she would just go, get all the stuff and then go recycle and get eco lifestyle repair parts. And then, cause also some of the city, what are the city rule? The HAP things. What are they called? NAP. The NAP things.
The NAPs, the neighborhood action plans.
One of the naps was like eco parts. So like every time I upgraded, I was like, I should make sure this has an eco lifestyle part. So I would like, also if you get a job and a job, get one that you can get a work from home
I went freelance because I was like, painting also is a good way to make some extra cash. Like if you have some spare time, work on a painting.
My artist died.
I let her go freelance painting because that's the one. Like coding, like programming, and writing. It takes a long time to finish like a book or an app or whatever, but it doesn't take as long to finish a painting. So that's a good way to churn out some cash as well. And if you have like a certain artwork that has been rejected and they're like you have to redo it, don't do that. It takes longer to revise an existing project than to make a new one. And then you have the one that they rejected, and then you can sell that for cash. So that's another tip from Auntie Ava. Just keep churning out paintings until they're happy.
This challenge does, besides like certain niche game packs, this hits a lot of pack usages in one. Like,
Oh, hold on. Before you start, my darlings, if you have Bust the Dust, turn that shit off.
Turn it off. Unless you have that. Unless you have that broom one.
There's a Q&A. There's a Q&A as well where she's like, there were people who were asking about Bust the Dust, and she's like, I don't have this kit and I don't use it.
Yeah.
So turn it off. You do not want this energy in your life. Trust me. I made the mistake of having the entire thing like go dusty before I realized I got to turn this off the first time. That's like one of the things that got me. It was just, it was terrible.
I'm considering for hardness level once I'm back on the grid, putting it back on and getting a vacuum to live in her inventory, because I feel like that doesn't count. If it lives in her inventory, it shouldn't count. I mean, so but off the grid, there's no way to do it. So, but but I have in all caps in my murderer handwriting, the fucking gremlins keep breaking everything.
Yeah, that's true. They do.
It was my least favorite thing, and I was so delighted. Like, it's one thing to get your handiness up, but it's another thing of, like, you're spending all your time fixing the things that you just fixed, like, every night.
One of the reasons I went spellcaster, because I wanted that reparo spell, because I was just so sick of fixing the same damn sink 5 times a week.
Oh, I have a note. First sim who died is now a ghost. She started to clean. That's nice. Oh no, her ghost is on fire. Is my next.
I mean, she did get struck by lightning. I'm going to assume she turned out a little crunchy. But yeah,
this ghost is on fire.
Be careful not to get struck by lightning.
Twice. Twice is what did it. You can do it once.
Okay. Do it once. Don't do it more times than that.
Random number generator blessed me with a 4. Gremlin's gone. Is my note.
I mean, you could. I still don't know, like, what exactly she means by random. I thought it was just like you can just pick anyone at random. There's no rules about what you need to pick. But if you want to add, like, to the like hardness level of it, get a random generator.
Took it because, like, as someone who always rolls for, like, I have a random number for my phone for picking traits and stuff for my Sims. So I took random.
Yeah.
As random. As a punishment. I saw Akira Kibo walking by. A couple of flirts later, I asked him to move in because I wanted an extra set of hands. I would recommend, get a partner for another source of income, or just another, because, like, he would just do the laundry.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, that's great. Thank you, sir. Like, especially since it's the hand wash shit, because, again, off the grid still.
And this is also a tip I'm going to get you. Sometimes you get these random phone calls, the crank calls and everything. If you get the one where the land grab power company threatens to turn off your power for 48 hours and they ask you if you're prepared, don't be like me. Don't do a dumb. Don't say, what do you mean? Pick, yes, I'm prepared. Because then they're going to go, well, this was just a test. We're not actually going to turn your power off. You did that with me, and I chose the what option, and they actually shut my power off for 48 hours, and I was like, I don't have to, like, I probably told you this in our previous episode, but I'm going to tell you this again because it's important.
For this one in particular, yes.
If you
have your power on, especially if you've just got it back.
Yeah, I left my lot, and you're not supposed to do that when they do that, because there's there's a what do you call that again? Like an emotion thingy that you get, like a moodlet that you get, really, and there's a counter on it.
We know exactly. We know the words for everything.
Hey, I'm still on cough medicine, so I have an excuse. But you get that moodlet, and that moodlet is actually apparently tied to the mailbox of the lot that you're on. So if you leave the lot, that connection is kind of broken. So if you come back, you get this bug where, like, it keeps turning your power on and off because it hasn't registered that the power can come back on. And I was doing my laundry, and I could not do my laundry because my power was not on for long enough. It kept going on, off, on, off. If you do get that, there's a fix. Just delete your mailbox and get a new one. That fixes it.
They can't deliver your bills if you don't have a mailbox.
It was so annoying. But yes, you do have to keep in mind that you have bills to pay. And I think off the bat, they're like $9,000. So in that first week, focus on getting some cash.
Money. Yeah,
I made a surplus.
Mistake. So I didn't 100% know what to do with. So the repo person came, and the repo person took my stuff. And I was looking at it going, some of it I'm going to remember to replace because, like, I know that they took one of the couches in the living room. But then they went upstairs, and I lost track of them for a second. And I was like, functionally, I don't know what they took. And I don't know what to do about that. I'm like, I don't know what left. And I don't know if I'm responsible for replacing it. I replaced what I remember them taking, which was a $5,000 couch. And they took something else. But I don't know what they took anymore because I lost them in the fucking house.
I should see actually if there's anything in there
There's
about
also
the
a Reddit
FAQ.
post she made.
Yeah. But she has a Tumblr, and if you go to the archive, she has like a whole FAQ about that particular challenge. And I'm actually going to pull it up right now just in case. So, where do you start? How do you randomly remove a lot challenge? Oh, there's actually here. When you complete a room, you get to randomly remove a lot challenge. Go into build mode and use the lot detail span to count how many lot challenges are left and use a random number generator. So you were right, I was wrong. But yeah.
That's okay. I moved around a trash can because I was sick of her walking. I was like, my legs hurt for you and just those steps. So in my fairness, I waited till one room was done, put it in the room, and then moved it around and then moved it. I made it make sense.
Yep.
In my own cheating way.
I mean, technically you didn't buy something to add to the room, you just took it with you.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just gonna move this here.
I moved it.
But yeah, it's I guess we didn't play it 100% correctly, but
this is a hard challenge. Like
it is.
It's a hard it does use a lot of, so the repo challenge, I wasn't 100% without keeping note. I just, you got to assume that it's just gone. And I also didn't know what to do with, there's some random items that aren't cleanable, that are trash. And how do you get rid of I waited till everything was done in the room except for those items, and then I just got rid of them.
Yeah.
I sold them, I guess.
I'm just going to mention one more time that I'm still salty about the fact that I can't sell wedding cakes.
Yes.
Still mad about that.
That pack is forever broken. I was like, so many cute things came with this pack, but it's just so broken.
Yeah. So mad.
What else happened? Oh, the mysterious fires. Go into each and every room and put out the fire. Because, my God.
Turn off there's fireplaces all over the place. Go and turn them off.
Put them all out.
If you renovate the room and you're like, I want the fireplace active, upgrade it so that it's fireproof.
Mm-hmm.
Because there will be fires on your lot and you will not know where they are. Nope. You will have to go and look for them, and you can't go into build by or whatever until the fire is out, and you're just like, where the fuck is it?
You're like, my Sims are upset.
Like me and the firemen come in and they decide to play chess instead of like going to look for the fire and putting it out, you might have a problem. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
I put OMG mysterious fires ... room burned down. So I lost something.
They are so annoying.
Because they're like, I get what, there's a fireplace in every room because this is an old style house. There's a service quarters. So in order to heat the house, there's fireplaces. Yeah. So that's what it's there for. However, everything is flammable. This house has burned once before. That's why you have this house. So
that's the reason you are in possession of this manor, because it burned down. That's why you're cleaning soot off the floor in every single fucking room.
Grody was the next one I got to remove.
Oh yeah, because every time if you like took a bath or whatever, you're just like, ugh, that was a big ick. Because you're just uncomfortable all the time because you can't take a shower.
It just made your sim upset. Sims have a chance to get nauseous when eating, drinking, or using the bathroom. 33% of Sims becoming nauseous when eating, drinking, or using the toilet on a lot with this trait. 33 is a big percentage.
It's not great. It's like 1/3 chance.
Gremlins is the worst one, and if you play it the way Ava played it, get rid of that one quick, because that will be the one you spend your time on the most. Actually, off the grid helps save some bucks in the front half. So, like, don't get rid of that one. If you have the bills, if you don't have money, don't get it off the grid because you'll start using electricity.
And if you want to if you want to do the freelance stuff, do like me and get the painting, because then you have the tablet with you and you can just go to another lot. It's easier than like dragging a computer with you.
My sim could use the Civic.
Oh, the Civic Designer
tablet. She could use that on the lot.
Yeah, the art tablet. No, doesn't work.
That's weird that some of them work and some of them don't.
And like maybe go to a library somewhere to go do that where they have a PC, because you need to chat with your client for some of those.
Yes. I would suggest, because like I put a community lot directly behind me with the stuff. So if you are a builder and you want to build something for exactly what your sim needs right behind,
like put a community center there or something. Yeah. Because like make sure they have Wi-Fi and an espresso bar and you're good shape.
A Wi-Fi, espresso bar, toilet, shower.
Yeah.
So here's some drama that happened because I moved Akira in. So Akira sucks, and he kept wanting to break up with her. Like, he kept getting that want. So the third time he rolled that want, I was like, fine, you're going to get that. So I broke him up the day before Love Day. I kept him on the lot. I just didn't really do anything with him. He did keep, so I didn't control him, but I kept him there so his job could keep giving income. He stopped feeding himself, but he kept doing laundry. I don't really know what that means, but
he stopped feeding himself.
He didn't,
but just kept doing laundry.
Yeah, and I don't really know what that means, but I was like, well, because the laundry took a second, so I was kind of happy about that. He would just automatically do it. I was like, well, that's some muscle work I don't want to, my sim doesn't have to do. Because my sim was fully, at this point, my garden was full dealing, which is good. So, like, as soon as I got all the fruits, once everything was up to 100 in the fridge, I just sold everything. So, and rebate day. What a fun day. If you can, like, whenever rebate day rolls around.
Do it.
If you hold off some big things to replace, or, like, I have enough money to do this, like...
Yeah, it's good times.
So some stuff is, like, if you can't get the bonuses for doing stuff out of order, but some stuff, if the right time rolls around to do the thing, just do the thing. Because, like, sometimes I didn't want to stop my sim from picking up all the trash, because you know what?
Yeah.
You're going to have to do this anyway.
Yeah.
And who am I to say?
It makes sense.
Especially when I had 2 sims on the lot. I was like, you know what? You just clean up all the puddle. You do that, sweetie, so I don't have to think about you for a second. I'm going to go over here and have this person do this thing.
It's very annoying when you're, like, trying to get this one room clean and they just keep going to other rooms to clean up puddles that are not your problem yet. It's on a different floor. Just stop.
Don't worry. That 3rd floor doesn't matter right now.
No, absolutely does not matter.
I should just have my sim go to, because she needs to get her logic up so she can make that cleaning thing. So maybe I should just have her go do that. Oh, now Akira he died of old age because I gave my sim the potion of life.
Oh yeah. I'll be honest. I'm not a challenge person at all. I've tried many of the challenges. I don't have the patience for them. They annoy me after a while. I'm definitely not good at challenges, but this is one I genuinely enjoyed, and I actually managed to finish it, so that actually says it all. I didn't get sick of it.
I think because it's like checking boxes. It's like the goblin brain is like, I need to do this. This is a clear goal, and you're not like caught up in a thing. Oh, but what did you do with the random stuff on the lot? Like that was like the pile of trash, but it's like an object of trash. It's not an actual
the
trash.
Build Buy stuff. If you're done with the room, the Build Buy stuff you can just remove.
I sold it for 4 simoleons.
I mean, it's basically all you can do with it. So yeah,
because there is some stuff that's like different, like flooring stuff around, and I was like, "This is what am I supposed?" Especially outside, there's a lot of Build Buy terrain.
Well, that's actually one of the garden, well, quote unquote rules. That she says about the garden. The yard is a mess, and after you clean up the trash, you can go into Build By mode to delete or replace the debug and Build By plans. You could just get rid of it.
What else happened to her? Oh, the last thing that happened. I got rid of Spooky, Reduce, and Recycle. Wild Foxes, I was kind of sad to see go. That's one that really doesn't...
I didn't mind the Wild Foxes because I fenced in my chickens, and then I just made the gate so that I only have access to it. Also, fucking do that. Like, make fence in your chickens and make it so that they can't get through the gate, because otherwise they will end up on your attic.
I will say that Wild Foxes, not that bad. Simple Living kind of helps with the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, some of these actually kind of help keep the bills down because they do get mine are like 12,000. I'm gonna go through real quick
go ahead.
To the lot challenges and be like helpful, not helpful.
Yeah.
So Wild Foxes.
Oh, I just saw this rule that you must pay bills and keep the repo man away.
Well, like it doesn't say what to do when the repo man comes. I didn't pay the bills because I didn't have the money, and
I don't know if that means that you lose the challenge or it doesn't specify.
Because he only took some stuff, but some of the stuff that he took on the 3rd floor, I'll never know what he took. And then my sim died, so I had different problems.
I mean, that is true. So it's like priorities, but so helpful traits.
So I'm going to start with I'm going to read off some of the challenges that I think, and we're going to say if they're helpful medium, like they don't do anything, or if they are really a hindrance if you decide to play the way Ava does.
Not legally.
Not legally. Well, I moved the trash can. You picked random. Wild foxes, I would say, were mid. I didn't have any chickens by the time that I haven't gotten any. I haven't cleaned up the garden, so I haven't cleaned up the whole garden, just the greenhouse. So no chickens for me. So this was, they'd come steal, the fox would come steal blackberry. It was cute to see. Sometimes they'd just stare at the trash can. So for me. And you roped in chickens.
Yep. I mean, I once came home to a chicken in the attic, and I just, it takes so long to get them back to their coop. It was
how to get up the ladder?
Not that attic, like the very, very top floor of the house. I was just like, what the fuck are you doing here, Meg?
Know what the foxes are?
Yes, her name was Meg with 2 G's.
Egg.
But I rope them in, and the foxes can't get to them, so.
Simple living, I would say this helps out very early on once you get your garden up and going, because once you get you have plants and stuff, only because it keeps the bills down. You don't spend money on stuff, and I'm off the grid still, so like you can store the fruits and stuff into the fridge and they don't go bad, and you can sell the rest. So the simple living is helpful.
Yep.
Until I might have a different opinion once I'm back on the grid, and I would like her to make something, but right now she can't anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I liked being on the grid because it meant I didn't have to do my laundry by hand anymore.
It takes so long. Reduce and recycle. You hated it. It worked with my Sims career choice. So
true.
All trash cans and dumpsters will accumulate and need to be sorted out or set to the garbage dump. If the trash overflows, flies and roaches will appear. Some interactions will generate recyclables, food compost, and garden compost in the Sims inventory. And then you can just use that to get for the fabricator and recycler.
Yeah, I read that somewhere concerning the challenge, but I have not tried it. So it made me want to start a new game and actually play through that civil designer career, because I want to find out what you can make with it.
Mine, I really just need to send her to the library to just get up her logic skill, and then so she can make better plans, because right now she only has 2, so all of her designs are poor, so nothing's being made. They keep being rejected. So she can move on with her. She's not getting promoted, but it could be because her house is a dump and I was making her live with her ex-boyfriend. But that sounds like her problems, not mine.
Yep.
Don't know why she keeps complaining. Landfill lot. Eco footprint was bad, blah, blah, blah. Townies will dump trash and broken appliances on the lot. Any trash left outside will immediately become a trash plant after 3 a.m.
Oh, be careful with those fucking trash plants. They're the worst.
They don't
you will have to...
And they don't do anything. I was trying to look up, like,
but
if they had
multiply.
Any purpose.
They
sure
fucking
do.
multiply, and you can't sell the fruit or anything. It's just... They do nothing but stink up the place, so get rid of those as fast as possible.
You can use the trash fruit in fruit salad if you want to.
Don't do that. Why would you want to do that?
I'm just saying it's an option.
No,
if you want to.
Gross.
Volcanic activity. This lot is near an active volcano. Beware of earthquakes, steam vents, and occasional lava bombs. The lava bombs are helpful if you can find them.
Yeah, but they also set like some part of my lot on fire, and I couldn't find it. I think it was somewhere near their greenhouse, which was where my precious plants were. And I was like, no, not my greenhouse.
So lava bombs will rain in the lot. Sims can touch the bombs, but they do risk dying by a fire. So you want to wait for those to cool down.
Yeah, wait for them to cool down.
The steam vents have cracks in the ground, but like nothing else really happens with the steam vents, so that's fine.
I haven't really noticed those.
Those just little red line.
Haven't noticed them. Oh, I thought that wasn't what that was, because it was near a lava bomb for me, so I thought that might be
they are
part
related.
of the lava bomb.
Kinda. Creepy crawlies, spiders, bees, and bats may randomly descend on the Sims on the lot. This was myth for me, because like it would just take up time of just be like, well, Spiders just found them, or bees, or something. Me. Ghosts, spooky. Ghosts appear.
The spooky. If you don't have a sim that's afraid of everything, it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
Except when they start breaking shit. And I'm just
sometimes the ghosts are helpful. Sometimes, because like the one ghost who died, my one sim who died on the lot just started cleaning, and I was like, "Oh, good for you!" And then she caught fire again, and I haven't seen her since. So, filthy objects will become dirty at a double the usual rate. This is annoying, but not
because you have to clean all the time. Scrubberoo.
Yeah, scrubberoo, or use that elbow grease. If this sim dies, I will just make a spellcaster to get the challenge done. Or I'll just make her better at her job so she can actually get that thing that's supposed to help with cleaning. Gremlins. Everything breaks at 12 a.m. It says objects will break while the sims are on the lot or asleep. But no creatures will appear breaking things. This is annoying because there's so many items on the lot. And like if you just need the one toilet you replace to work, and then your sim has to go to the bathroom in the morning and it's broken again, and then this led to the most soiling of the sim self forever until this went away. Like every single, like she didn't sleep well because I didn't fix her a bed, and then just I was so happy when I rolled and got rid of that. Grody, we went over. This is just like an annoying moodlet does show up. This did make it harder.
Some of the moodlets can be a real hindrance because if they're too tense or too depressed or whatever to do something, you just don't get anything done. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have the right environment to get rid of those moodlets, you're kind of fucked. Because mine was tense, and I didn't have anything yet to get rid of that tension, like to have her relax and do something fun. And she just stayed tense and really tense and wouldn't do anything because she was too tense. I had to take her off the lot and go for a swim because Jesus, it wasn't great.
I will say, being in the Windenburg thing, there are beaches she can there's a beach nearby.
There was you could go for a nice relaxing walk on the beach, which is super fun.
Curse. This could be why besides the fact that there were fires, this is probably why there were fires, is the curse thing, because the last sentence is the lot will also experience fire more frequently. So
possible.
So moodlet, uncomfortable intense moodlet duration will be longer. Interaction that decays bladder, such as drinking will decay faster and more likely to die from Oh!
We found it.
Granted, she did get struck twice, so I think no matter what, if you get electrocuted while you're dazed, you die. But
it's basically you have to stop what you're doing and not try it again until that moodlet is gone. But you don't really have control. And they're a lot of people think lightning. Oh, lightning never strikes the same place twice. That is actually not correct. It does.
Oh, the curse. Okay. So this doubles down. If you don't have this if you don't have this challenge out, just put out all the fire. Just turn off every fireplace.
Just turn it off.
Don't go outside during a thunderstorm.
You don't need it. Just if you need warmth in the room that you're in, just make sure you turn it on there, but make sure that you upgrade it to be fireproof,
and clean around it. I think if it's dirty, I think it catches fire.
Around it and make sure there's no objects close to it.
The earthquakes are fun. They cause issues too. That was a you issue, not the challenge.
Yeah,
not a you issue, but that was your vision doesn't like it.
No,
hold on. The last one is off the grid.
Yeah. I mean, off the grid speaks for itself. You won't have power, but that also means that you won't have any power bills.
Yes.
So if you're okay with living off the grid, if you're okay with doing all your laundry by hand and having to go off the lot to do any work-related stuff that requires a computer, go for it. Try to keep that one as long as possible.
But we do like this challenge. We do highly recommend it. We're gonna put all of Sam and Bean's stuff in the doodly doo.
Yep.
I don't have.
It has the Ava seal of approval, and for challenges, I normally despise challenges, but this one was really fun. I really liked it.
I really liked this challenge too. I want to finish it. I just have not sat down and done it, which is my fault.
But yeah, thank you for listening to this episode. It was super fun. I'm sorry I sound like death, but if you want to know more about us, you can follow us on the social medias. We are Plumbob Cast on Instagram and Twitter. We are Plumbob Podcast on Reddit, Under the Plumbob Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr. We have a website that Julie made, which is plumbobcast.com, where you can contact us through our contact form, or you can email us at undertheplumbobpodcast@gmail.com. We also have merch. Link to that you can find in the show notes. And you can also, if you want to know what fruit that was that we were talking about, you can join our Patreon in the Broke Newbie family tier, which is $1, and it gets you access to our private Discord, so you can chat with your fellow citizens and our team, our lovely team members, and you can ask us what that fruit is and where it is. If you ask me, I will tell you. We also have the Top Hat Money tier. That is $3 buckaroos, and you get Discord access plus a monthly bonus episode. Our last bonus episode was Valentine's themed, and we did an Am I the Asshole reading, but love themed ones, which is hilarious. It's always hilarious. As a happily single person, it does give my cold dead heart a little bit of joy when I see people fucking up in their love life. So. But yeah, that was it. So please, further on, you can subscribe, rate, review on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, Google Play, Pandora, wherever you listen. Thanks to our wonderful writing and research team, which in this case is Caitlin and I.
I'm making the script now so we can actually put the links in there for people to get.
Yep. Our script was basically in our heads. I think Caitlin is the one who actually had physical notes. I had nothing. It was all in my noodle. I wrote nothing down. I just have the trauma.
I was like, let's go for a vibe. And the person I went with a vibe with died because she got struck by lightning twice, because that's what happens on a curse lot. Now we know.
That was funny. I'm not gonna lie, it was funny. But yeah, I also have a little announcement for those who haven't seen it yet, but every Sunday, 4 p.m. European time.
In 1 minute from this episode.
In 1 minute from now, I am going to be streaming Final Fantasy XIV with a character that was chosen entirely by our Patreons. And there's probably going to be more polls up on Patreon in the future to make some more decisions about the game. So if you want to have a say in that, join our Patreon. And if you want to see me going through Eorzea as a bunny girl who throws little icons at people, fucking come join us. It's super fun. That's it. Because I have to go stream now.
You have the button.
And I still have to go pee. But yeah, thanks a bunch. See you later. Bye-bye.